Hi, I'm Shelby and welcome to this week's SHU Spotlight. With homecoming being this weekend, we wanted to recognize two former Sacred Heart athletes who have now just joined our Pioneer athletic coaching staff. Now we have Coach Mary, who is a women's soccer assistant coach. So, Coach Mary, with being a former athlete and everything, did you know you wanted to be a coach here?
Well, actually, when I was at Sacred Heart, I was a history undergrad, and in grad school, which I went here, I was a secondary ed major, so I knew I wanted to work with kids and I knew I wanted to teach. So for me, it's just teaching. Instead of being in the classroom, I'm out on the soccer field. So I guess I did a little bit.
Are you excited to be back here?
Yes, I am. I couldn't refuse when Kim called me and asked me to be the assistant coach. This is like a second home and a second family for me, so I'm excited to be back.
Why did you decide to come back to Sacred Heart and not anywhere else?
Well, like I said, when Kim called me up, I knew I didn't want to be anywhere else. I feel like since I graduated in 2011, I was only gone for about 2 years, so coming back, I feel like I never left. And everyone's so welcoming still, so I'm excited.
Pioneer for life.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So since you've been at SHU and been a student and undergrad here, what's changed around campus?
Well, actually, the building we're in right now, Linda McMahon was not here when I was here. My senior year, they just finished the chapel, so that's being used now. And also just in regards to athletics, we've been involved a lot more in the community. We have our pink game in October, which I think is really good to get involved in some good charities. So just alone in athletics, we're getting more involved, not just in the Sacred Heart community, but outside of Sacred Heart.
Okay. And now we have Coach Justin Embler. So Coach Embler, how does it feel to once be a SHU defensive lineman to now coaching the defensive lineman with some of the players that you used to play with?
It's definitely a unique experience. As far as the players that I have now that I'm coaching, I played with two of them, Troy Moore and Ray Hodgson. Both of them have been tremendous for me this year. So I try to instill some of my mentality when I played into what they're doing now.
Is it weird seeing them and coaching?
I don't think it's very, very weird. As far as what they can do on the field, I have a general idea of that, just because I did get to play with them, so I know certain points that I can reach with them as far as their technique goes and the way they play, and they've been doing a very good job so far.
With you winning second team NEC, how does that experience translate to you being able to coach on the field?
Well, my preseason accolades, it was great and everything, but I just try to push my guys as hard as I possibly can, and as far as preparation goes for each week. Like I said before, instill the mentality and the toughness that defensive linemen need to have, and all my guys buy into it, and it's been paying off so far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Yep.
Do you see anything that resembles yourself in these players?
Absolutely. I mean, especially with Troy Moore, he's got a nastiness about him, and I'd like to think that's how I used to play. But it's all across the board as well. Connor Caveney, Ryan Cottrell. We have a lot of young guys in there that are playing right now, and they've all been. They look like they've been playing for a couple years now. But really, it's only their first 3 games so far.
Okay. So, what's your favorite SHU moment as a Sacred Heart Pioneer player and as a coach?
Favorite moment as a Sacred Heart player, I would have to say the game versus Monmouth. I believe it was my senior year, where we hadn't beaten Monmouth in the longest time, and we ended up going down there and taking it to them pretty good and beating them within the last seconds of the game. So I'd have to say that was my favorite moment as a player. As a coach, I'm going to have to say this season so far, the great start we've had, starting 3-0. We haven't been 3-0 since my freshman year here in 2008. So it's been quite a ride so far, and we look to keep it rolling.
Wow, that's a long time. So what is the feelings adding up to the homecoming game this Saturday?
The feelings, I mean, I'm excited. I've had a lot of alumni, kids that I graduated with. They've been giving me calls and texting me asking what's going on at Sacred Heart. because they've obviously see we have some success this year so far, and they want to see what we have to offer, and they see that we've been running the ball on offense and defense has been playing very tough, and they're excited to come down to Sacred Heart on Saturday at 1 o'clock for kickoff, and the players have to know that there's going to be a great atmosphere here, loud fans, a lot of people, and hopefully we can get that win.
Well, congratulations on all the wins so far, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's SHU Spotlight. You can follow us on Twitter at SHU Big Red. And I'm Shelby, and we'll see you next week.